Well, hello everyone, my name is Voiy and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be playing some Hitman, the game about Agent 47, the man with the prettiest, smoothest, sleekest head in the entire assassination game. That's enough talk about his penis though, let's get into what the real mission is here today. So it was just my standard Monday night of busting nuts all over my Tame Impala bedsheets and watching people's Snapchat stories who are living it up, going out with their friends and having a fantastic night, and then sitting there thinking about my life, bursting into tears. So to top off what had been a delightful Monday night, I decided to grab a banana and strawberry munch yogurt and hop on some Hitman at 3 AM. I load into a farm on Colorado and my targets are Sean Rose, Penelope Graves, Ezra Berg and Maya Parvati. It's okay, don't feel bad for any of these people, and the targets that I've got to assassinate, they're all coriander eaters, they deserve to die. So as you can see, I've already started walking through the farm, knocking out everyone and anyone I can get my hands on, and no, that's not because I have some sort of conscience or empathy, it's because they're all going to die in a very brutal way a bit later on. And that moment right there was when everything come to fruition in my mind. I crushed one mechanic with the car, people kept on coming over to check on the other dead bodies as they could hear the car slamming down, and suddenly I was hit with the idea of, well, what would happen if I crushed every single person I could find on the map with one single use of the car lift? As you can see, we take out one of our main targets, Maya Parvati, with the use of the car lift, and right now I would compare the stage that I was in, just experimenting and killing them with the car lift, as that stage of when you walk into the adoption centre, you're not quite sure what one you want. You know, you find one, you think, oh, he looks cute, pick him up, find out he has autism, nah, we'll put him back down, pick up another one, he's got a massive divot in his head, you think that would make a good ashtray, but still not a good child. So that's what I was just doing here. I was experimenting, killing every single guard that come underneath it, but then I was suddenly hit with the idea of I need to just knock them all out like I've already been doing, drag them all underneath the car lift and then kill them all with one foul swoop. Now, a massive problem that I run into when knocking out all the guards is that if they are found by another guard, they can be woken up, and there we go, that's just another guard patrolling and another one that I have to knock out. Another problem that I run into with knocking out the guards was that when I was dragging their bodies towards the car lift, other guards would then spot me and I would be in big trouble. It was at this point on the assassination where I wished this was taking place in a white privileged neighbourhood because people wouldn't second guess me dragging around a foreigner's body. Now, this video would be about an hour long if I decided to show you guys me dragging every single body across the map, even if it was sped up. So I'm just going to try my best to show you every single knockout that I got, but just believe you me, I checked the map about 16 times once I was done with this. Every single body was underneath that car lift when it finally went off in the end. I am by no means a Hitman expert. I don't even think I have 5 hours played on this game. Well, after this recording session, I definitely have over 5 hours because it took me over 5 hours to do this. There was many loading from saves, many deaths, and so much hard work, blood, sweat, and tears went into this, with me not being a Hitman expert. It was a bit dodgy, like my first time having sex. You try many different angles, many different stipulations, many different shapes and sizes, but in the end, what works for you is what works for you, and that's why I had to whip out the soy sauce. What you saw there was me slightly bottling it. There was guards surrounding this area, and I didn't want them coming along, waking up the 10 to 20 people that I already had under the car lift, so I decided to kill them all right there and then, but I promise you that was the last time that I did that. The rest of the 200 plus people that were underneath this all died with one car ejaculation. And don't get me wrong, because I'd figured out the soy sauce doesn't mean I had it figured out by any means. Once I was in, there was many mistakes going on all over the place, and it was a lot like this Hitman assassination. Once I thought I had things figured out, I really didn't. There was still many mistakes to go and still many times where I'd be ashamed and left crying. My plan for knocking out every single person on the map was a bit like being a strategic racist. I didn't attack all groups at once, I went after little minorities here and there, but occasionally shit would hit the fan, people would find bodies, and I would have to deal with it in a fast moving way. This meant slapping objects off the back of people's heads, strangling them like they were a Jehovah's Witness at my front door, and changing my identity more than a confused millennial that just wants a bit of attention. However, my plan of being kind of strategic and taking this on in little groups at a time was completely thrown out the window when I went across the rest of the map, realizing how many guards and enemies there really was on this map, so I decided we'll go balls to the wall, and I started what will go down in history as the Great Shovel Rampage of 2020. I was not sexist, I was not racist, I was not homophobic, I didn't care what colour, creed, identification, or sexual orientation location you were, everybody was going down in the Great Shovel Rampage. Literally no one was safe, not even children. When I say not even children, there weren't any children on this map, but if there was, then don't get me wrong, I would have absolutely no problem turning into prime Steven Gerrard, volleying a football into the 6-year-old's face, knocking him out and putting him under my car lift pile. During this time period, I really became close with the shovel. It's the closest thing I think I've ever had to having a real best friend. I say best friend, to just having a friend in general. The shovel rampage could not be stopped by any means necessary. I mean, that sounds threatening and like I was really just going at it on these guards, but the truth was I tried to hide many times, I tried to be quite scared many times, but it just wasn't happening, because if I left the guards alone, laying out in the open for longer than a couple minutes, other guards would come around, waking them up, and it would just ruin my entire thing. And you're right in thinking that I don't have a life, and I do have all the time in the world playing this game, making content, but to be honest with you, if I had to redo this all again, it would mean putting effort into the content that I make, and that's just not what I'm about. I just thought of something. I'm going to be really pissed off if somebody has already done this before me, because I'm kind of new to the Hitman world. I mean, I haven't really explored it too much. I don't really know too many Hitman YouTubers. Surely this has been done before. Hitman, let me just YouTube it. Hitman, car lift, killing everyone. Killing everyone. Yes, I did spell everyone wrong. I am sorry. No, I don't think it has been done. People have killed the targets with the car lift, but not every single person on the map, because no one else is that mental to spend all the time doing that, unlike I am. Well, I think I'm in the clear. After being about 3/4 of the way through the Great Shovel Rampage, having taken out the entire east side of the Colorado farm map, I then decided that I would drag every single body that I had just taken down underneath the car lift, and let me tell you, this was a bigger ball ache than that time that I witnessed someone get run over and I had to call an ambulance because it's the right thing to do. But I only managed to drag over about 10 bodies before I got extremely bored of doing that and decided it was time for some more shovel rampage. This time cracking one of my targets, Penelope Graves, straight in the forehead with a shovel that was, funnily enough, taken from right next to her. And thus began one of the most tedious tasks I have ever had to do in my entire life. That, fun fact, took nearly an hour, dragging every single body that I had knocked out underneath the car lift, not including that 10 that I did earlier where I got bored and decided to run off and kill people. I wish I hadn't have done that now. I should have just spread it out. I mean, Jesus Christ, I thought the honey adverts on YouTube were completely unsufferable, but believe you me, I would rather hear 6,000 times Mr. Beast tell me that saving $600 on $3,000 worth of shoes and how honey is the greatest thing to ever exist in the entire history of humanity than ever drag another dead body across the land on Hitman ever again. Just a quick word on honey, by the way, it's absolutely terrible. Don't download it. It doesn't work. It never works for anything ever unless you're buying $3,000 worth of shoes like Mr. Beast shows in his demonstration. But if you got the money to spend $3,000 on shoes, you probably don't need that $600 reduction. And there goes my chances of ever getting a sponsor from honey. With everybody on the east side of the map laying underneath the car lift, it was now time to move on to the house. This time the first victim of the shovel rampage was indeed Ezra Berg, my only remaining target. I had planned for this shovel rampage to be slightly different to the other shovel rampage and not just go around knocking out literally everyone that steps in front of me. But what do you know, after knocking out Ezra, my plans just changed. The alarm was going off and I was slightly scared, so I just started taking out everyone in the same fashion, giving them the shovel no matter what they did, no matter what they said, and not really being strategic or intellectual about any of it. If this video does well, then I really hope that people don't ask me to do these kind of challenges on hardcore, because yes, this is on casual, and yes, I still struggled. It took me nearly 5 hours to do this, so I can't even imagine how long it would take me to do it on hardcore. Tell me I have eczema, because by this point I had a real itch to just get this done as soon as possible. Was that a bad joke? Yes, it was. Was it the worst joke I've ever made? No, probably not, because this one will be. With the shovel absolutely rampaging through the house, I was just digging these guys up like they were nothing. Yes, it's really got to the point where I'm making shovel puns because, well, there's only so much shit I can shovel in your ears to get this video to 10 minutes. And there we go. Officially, everybody on the map was knocked out and done for. Nobody got justice, nobody survived the great shovel rampage of 2020, except from the one exception who I found upstairs in the house. He was just chilling, playing his video games, so I thought I'd just leave him to it. And for the next, hear me out here, 2 hours, I had to drag bodies from this house all the way over to the other side of the map, moving as slow as Agent 47 does when he drags bodies, just to get it under the car lift, and just to be slowly but surely dropping my FPS on this game. Minute by minute, every single body that was added to the pile was another frame dropped. So what you're seeing in the background is times 5,000 speed, so you can imagine how much I just wanted this to be over and how much I never ever wanted to do this again. And if you see something in the footage that doesn't look at all like gameplay, yes, that's because my Xbox completely crashed and the game crashed. I shit myself to say the least, but luckily I'd saved only about 10 seconds before that. But after dragging every single body onto the pile, dropping my FPS completely because I was playing it on Xbox and the Xbox just couldn't handle it at all, I brought both of the main targets that were left alive and put them on top of it. The icing on the cake was finally there, and it was time to initiate the car lift. And finally, the moment you have all been waiting for. This is what happens when you crush every single person on the Colorado farm map on Hitman using only the car lift and one use of the car lift, even though technically it wasn't, but shh, don't tell anyone. I'm just going to let you hear mine and my girlfriend's live reaction. 3, 2, 1. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. The game has I heard bones cracking. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is going on? Oh no. Yeah, nicely done, 47. Well done. 2 flies with 1 swat. That's a bit more than 2 flies! They're in a disco. So much. Oh, he's really having a good time, isn't he? Jesus Christ. I need to get hold of what line he's on.
Oh,
that's
you can really see how many people you got.
Jesus Christ, that's destruction. Who's still alive? Is anyone actually... I think I killed them all. No one's got like the sleepy symbol above their head. No, I killed them all. No one's got the knocked out symbol above their head. I actually killed them all. Well, that wasn't as good as I hoped it would be. Here I mate, hard at work. He's got his legs crossed and everything. Tough day, eh, on the job. Might as well do it one last time. And there you have it. That is what happens if you kill every single person on the Colorado farm map using only the car lift in Hitman. If you guys did enjoy the video and you want to see more Hitman videos, then be sure to let me know down in the comment section down below. Tell me what kind of challenges you want to see. I can't say I'd be happy to do them because I'm not sure I would, because it took hours to do this, but I would definitely be down to do some more. If anybody feels like counting the amount of knockouts that I got in the video, then go ahead, and also let me know in the comment section down below if you do that. I would really appreciate it because I can't be bothered because I am very lazy. Be sure to leave a like if you guys did enjoy it. I thought this was a banging idea. I thought this was a banging video. I've never seen it done before, and I hope that we can continue to do more cool original things on Hitman and mini games beyond in the future. If you are new around here and you do enjoy the content, be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.